So you read online about meditation, perhaps you've downloaded all the mindfulness apps, perhaps you type out guided meditation on YouTube. So you're all settled, you're ready, you're listening. And what you're told over and over by these meditation instructors, kind-hearted and good-willing as they are, I'm sure, is this one commonality I see across the board. It is not that they instruct you on how to meditate. Contrary to that, they instruct you on how to concentrate. And so let me make one thing clear. Concentration and meditation are not the same. They might be bundled together, and I'm sure that a lot of people would very much benefit from concentration exercises in their life, being in this screen world that we're so occupied and dopamine driven, right? But let me make this one point clear. Meditation is not something that you can do. Wow, shocker, right? Meditation is not something that you can get to. Meditation is not an activity to undertake. It is not a practice per se. Meditation is the recognition that you are, that you exist. And so that recognition doesn't require you to do anything at all. It is simply the noticing of what is present and available, what is really here. And so we'll get back to that. But what these meditation instructors most commonly instruct you to do is to narrowly focus your attention on a singular object of perception. So most commonly in our day-to-day, we find ourselves in this floodlight attention. Our attention is just open and available to drift about anywhere that calls us to perceive or to notice, right? So if a notification appears on your screen, you're ready, right? If someone calls your name, where is it? You're just ready. Your attention is scattered. And so in that, you might benefit from concentration to still your mind down. Instead of focusing on 1,000 objects, to just narrowly laser pointer focus it on a single object, right? And it does still the mind. And stilling the mind does produce, or reveal rather, this underlying sense of peace, presence, and quietude. And so, although it may bring you closer to meditation, if you will, it is not ultimately meditation. It is the intermediary step. It is the preparatory practice that will ultimately allow you to meditate, if you can even call it such a thing. But you see, if I were to ask you, do you exist? You would answer yes, right? Perhaps you'd go into some philosophical debate about what is existence and all this sort of nonsense. But if I were to simply ask you, are you? Do you exist? You'd answer yes, naturally. If I were to ask you, are you aware? I don't want you to go into some philosophical discussion about what is awareness and what am I aware of. No, simply, are you aware? By the very fact of you watching this video, yes, you are. You are aware. And so, simply abiding in that recognition that yes, I am. That I am presence. The recognition that you are. That is enough. That is all you could ever need on this path. Simply being with that will take you leaps and bounds beyond any meditation instruction that any teacher could ever give you. And I'm sure that for many, myself included for many years, this will not satisfy. This will not satisfy the hunger for seeking, the pursuit of spiritual experiences, because myself included, I spent years trying to achieve a certain state, whether that be the idea of enlightenment or self-realization, whether it be some grandiose perception or idea that if only I could realize this, I might be eternally peaceful in relation to all circumstances that may pass through my life, right? This notion that I can just stay on the high and never go low. It is a very interesting idea, and unfortunately, it is misguided. I'm sure that many grand and extraordinary experiences are on their way for you, but anything that comes must also eventually go. And so meditation is not about coming to these always undulating states of mind, these very uplifting states, because although many insights may arise on behalf of these experiences, they don't ultimately point to that which you truly always are. Because that which you truly are must be always, eternally the case. If what we're looking for is truth, it cannot be conditionally true, it cannot be occasionally true, it cannot be true under certain circumstances. No, it must be true at all times, always, right? And so what is it right here, without trying to change your experience, that is always present? Whether you are 5 years old, 15, 25, 45, still here, present and available. The aware presence of your being has never changed, is completely unfazed by the contents of experience, and is always in the midst of all experience, because it is the very fact, it is the principle, rather, that allows